Hey everybody, just a quick heads up that I'll be changing the time of my live streams going forward. So we're going to see you at 6 p.m., not 7:45. That's 6 p.m. Vegas time, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. I don't know what it is in the UK, but you tell me in the comments below or wherever you are what time is that live stream. 6 p.m. Las Vegas time, Pacific time. Thank you. Now this is the video. Is there an upcoming apocalypse of nightclubs in Las Vegas? Like, is this business model even going to be viable? I'm not sure. I was reading an article in the Review Journal or one other of these newspapers or local media outlets that was raising that question, stating that we can't operate nightclubs because the utility company won't take 20% of the bill, or the landlord won't take 25% of the rent, and that with less people coming into Las Vegas, it's going to be a big problem. So we're going to talk about that today. We'll talk about different revenue streams for nightclubs and whether or not there might be a big change in how nightclubs operate, and maybe some major players might go out of business. I don't even know. How's it going, everybody? My name's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Back at my day job, so I'm doing these from the car when I have to, from my house when I can. Hope you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications. Also, comment below, do you even go to nightclubs in Las Vegas? Are you a nightclubby kind of person, or is that the only reason you come here? And if they don't exist, you don't exist in Las Vegas. If you want to participate, be on the Patreon, you can do just that. Go to the Patreon, you can be in the credits, you can see videos I do that are big, spectacular, awesome documentaries, and do them early, post them on there before YouTube. Or you can go over to the merchandise, to the Teespring store, get something cool with Vegas stuff on it. But that being said, if you need masks, we do masks, so email me. We're using the links in the description below. That being said, will nightclubs be able to survive in Las Vegas? That's the big question right now. Of course, we know the C-19 virus is something that just thrives on human-to-human kind of contact, but also thrives on smooth surfaces like bottles and glasses and nightclub countertops and tabletops. And it seems to me like a nightclub would be a little bit disrupted if they had to stop and sanitize everything every 1 hour. So what happens to the nightclub business in Las Vegas? People have been asking me this in the comments. For the foreseeable future, I don't see nightclubs coming back into Las Vegas anytime soon. And I would say that even though I'm a proponent of opening it up slowly and surely and watching the numbers and analyzing the statistics, that it seems to make sense that nightclubs shouldn't come back until there's a vaccine or until there's some kind of global herd immunity in some time. Because the last thing we need is a bunch of strangers that have never met. And you've been in nightclubs if you have, or you've been to a bar where people just become fast friends and they are just very close contact with each other. You've seen those videos of all the dancing, and MGM intersects them into their cool slick marketing. Slow motion, people dancing in a nightclub. They're really close to each other. They're close to other people. They're close to everybody. And although, let's be honest, social distancing helps, that doesn't help. And you would have to have what? People sign a waiver that says that if they catch something, they're not going to come back to the hotel. Good luck with that. The article I was reading also pointed out that if a nightclub can't make money because there's only 25 or 50% of the people here, that the utility company's not going to take 25 or 50% of the utility bill. The drink distributorship's not going to take 50% of the bill of the tab that they have to pay, and the venue's not going to take 50% of the actual rent. Now, it is possible that venues readjust things when it comes to rents, and they say, okay, we understand things are tough, things are tight, let's redo your rent agreement and you pay less money to us, because at least it brings people into the venue. And they will restructure. There's going to be a few large ones that restructure, stuff like the Bellagio, stuff like at the Wynn, stuff like at the MGM. These places will restructure because they have massive venues that are largely corporate-owned entities without nightclub operators, in some cases operating the actual nightclubs themselves. So you're going to have like a supper club be socially distanced. That's fine. You're going to have the Wynn with their cabanas at the Encore Beach Club still serving expensive bottles of alcohol. That's fine too. And so there is hope that you'll be able to come into Vegas and do some of those things, but going to a cheap nightclub like Dre's on the top of the Cromwell might not be practical for the next little while. I'm sweating like a Dickens because it gets warm in the car really, really fast, by the way. But if that's the case, then what will happen? Well, this is the other thing that the article points out, and I want to point out too and extrapolate on. Vegas is the city that everywhere else around the world is looking into right now. It is the city that everybody's looking to see what it's going to be like for the tourists going forward. The reason is simple. We have a little bit of everything. We have the hotel business, the casino business, we have the nightclub business, we have the thrill seekers that want to do activities like zip lines and free falls business. We have the tourism business with bus tours that go out to the Grand Canyon, the Hoover Dam, even day tours out to California. So we have all of these different businesses operating in one place, which makes this a perfect city to beta test what's going to happen. Notice I said beta test. I'm not talking about making into a petri dish like Carolyn Goodman erroneously, unfortunately, said during an Anderson Cooper interview. I'm talking about the world's going to look to Las Vegas to see what Vegas does in terms of lack of people and repositioning things. And if somebody comes up with a new trend for how to redo a nightclub somewhere in Vegas, you have to know that that'll be happening in New York City, Sydney, Australia, London, England, Paris, France, New York City, Los Angeles, all these different places with giant clubs where they say, well, look what they're doing in Vegas, let's do that. And that's the big benefit about a city like Las Vegas. A city like Las Vegas always has that key where they can go ahead and they can try new things and they can beta test new things. One second. So much nicer with some breeze going through here. And it's always going to be up to the casinos and capitalism and the people to deem what's right, except for in this case. This is a interesting case where we have to really make sure that the public health officials, the people that are actually in charge of making sure this stuff doesn't spread, they have to be really, really on the ball to make sure that we are in a good place for the safety of guests. Because although people that are younger go to clubs, they're less susceptible. There is a reporter, I can't remember her name, but she's only like 26 years old and she got gravely, gravely ill. And so all these people that think that they're bulletproof are not bulletproof. So sometimes the state has to come in and they have to step in and they have to say, sorry, no nightclubs for now. Bars, I could see reopening. That's a no-brainer. You just open a bar, you limit its capacity, and you socially distance people. That's not all that difficult. I will say, however, though, that when I was on the Strip the other day, passing past the Fashion Show Mall, there were a lot of people just hanging out together, sitting side by side, couples and whatnot. So I don't know if social distancing works when people are watching you and monitoring you, and if it doesn't work when people aren't watching and monitoring you, which is another good reason why maybe the bars could open, but the nightclubs might need to stay away for a little while. Look, I'm in, like I said, to getting the city back on its feet, but I'm not into people getting sick. So that's my take on it. You tell me your take below. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you will like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for future notifications. If you want to be in the credits of the video, go over to the Patreon. If you guys want to do some merchandise, go to Teespring. And if you want to chat about Vegas, go to Facebook. Type in Not Leaving Las Vegas group and you'll find us there. So I appreciate you guys watching. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click and go back to the day job. So 3, 2, 1, and click, click.